Hi, it's Peggy from the Pearl Forest. Welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to look at this cat journal, one with them eating things, milk and mice and birds and feathers and goldfish and whatever they get into, like sometimes our silly cats do. So I have a couple things in here to make something, and we pulled out a bunch of things that could go in here. And let's take a peek of what we got. This one has black paw prints inside and kind of an animal print. Okay, we have these cats. They're close to the edge, but not exact. I think maybe just a black stripe in there would be good. We have this one and this print. We have this big pocket. We have this flippy flop that needs a piece of paper to cover where the sticker is, and we will put a pocket or decor on it. That's pretty, looks nice with that. Some scrapbook paper and dyed copier paper, more dyed paper, coffee and otherwise. Lots of fun places to write. Okay, not a lot of, these two stick out, which I think are kind of fun. I don't see, this one has the side pockets. This is a flippy flop thing. Oh, I guess we do have the side pockets here. Sorry, I take that back. Okay, but that's all it has. Oh, and this one has an edge as well. Don't have like a gray, so I think we'll just go with black again. Okay, what do we have to put in it? This will go in a pocket. This is a pocket, in a pocket, in a pocket, in a pocket, a pocket, in a pocket. This is a double journal card that will go in a pocket. Here's a note card, blank note card, that will go in a pocket. Here's a really big tag with a pocket, that'll go probably in a belly band. This goes in a pocket. Here's a belly band. Oops, gotta find my one I just dropped. And if this belly band is going to be big enough for this card. It's going to be really close. I may end up having to cut that down a little. Here's a pocket and a pocket and a corner tuck, and a corner tuck, and a corner tuck, and a corner tuck, in a pocket. We already have, we don't have one of those envelope things. So this is going to go on a page, but we need to put it on. This is a flip-flop for on a page. And this, I'm not sure what we're doing at the moment, so we're just going to put it in a pocket. So let me slip back here for just a second and dive under my table. Ooh, thought maybe I lost the camera again, but nope. Okay, good. There's the ticket, and I see over here that I have a journal card that I made, and I think this goes really nicely, so we'll put that in the pocket pile. So we're going to set these aside. No, did I get these mixed up? Are these all? I did get them mixed up. These are in a pocket. Yeah, I did. These are pockets, but this goes in a pocket. And these go on a page. Okay, there we go. Oops. So maybe we should decide on these three big things first. All right, let's look in the middle. What do we got in the middle? What is in the middle? Okay, it's this pink paper. That's pretty. we could have this also shows there, so it could wrap. It's going to have to go on the outside here, so it could wrap like that, or it could go over here and go like that. One side it'll flip up to go in the pocket, and the other side it will be glued down to be probably a tag this way, because it would be hard to do it in the middle. Do we want it there? Do we want it over here? If this is in the middle, I feel like we need something else in the middle. That could go. So we could put those in the middle. And as we work our way out, we have this bright one way out here. Let's do that one. So there's two bright ones. No, in one by right here. Okay, so we could put the gingham ones here. That would be good. And then when we go out further, we have this pocket, we have this paper, we have these two. We could put that one there, and oops, put that one in there, and put this one here. We have another one here. We do. Maybe put belly band. This doesn't really go with that, but we could do the Zen Kitty. The cat. Could do this opposite the cat and opposite the cat. We still have this flip over thing though. Where should that go? Since we don't have anything on this, maybe that should go on there. Because that other one we can write on. Put this on here. We could put this here. And then back here you can flip up and still see that print. So I think we'll go with that. All right, let's glue them in. Okay, it says A Perfect Life. I was just gonna say I wasn't worried about putting the lid on because I want it to dry a little bit, but I had put the lid on and it wasn't coming out because for some reason the lid was on. Thought maybe it dried up, but no, I had habitually put the lid on, which isn't a bad thing. Okay, so we'll put this one here. Hold this one down. Let me know in the comments if you want to click the like button. If you want to share whether you are liking the cat series, cat and dog journals. Most of this is from Whimsical Cats, and Whimsical Dogs and Whimsical Cat are from Hither and Yon Studio. Some of this printed paper is from her, and some of it is from somewhere else, which I still need to dig out. I think this would look really nice with this book, so I'm going to just slip it, I guess, in this envelope up here. I mean, it's bag of stuff. Okay, lots of journaling space still. And let's see, how long is this? Cut this little teeny bit shorter and a little bit straighter. Now this I'm just putting a single paper on here, but I might come back and add something. You never know. Could add some of that yarn strips. That might be fun. I think it's nice to leave a little edge of the paper, although we're kind of covering the cat's eye a little bit. So do we want to glue down some of our yarn for a page edge, or do we want to dangle it? Kind of think glue it down, but I'm going to have to let it dry, so I think I'm going to do that off camera. I'm going to go ahead and trim it. And leave it in there. Okay, we have Zen Kitty Pocket. I'm trying to come up with a formula for what size to cut my cardstock to make things, and one thing I need to do is figure out a good size for a nice tall to medium tall tag that will fit in these playing card pockets, you know, that'll come up here, and then cut a bunch of them to decorate and use. So let's see, that would be probably about 7.5 to 5, so somewhere between there. I think a couple sizes are nice. And if these need a little bit additional to hold the corners down, when we come back we can do that. Now this one didn't glue completely, but it's down enough that it can't really be a tuck, so I'm gonna go ahead and finish gluing that better. If it was supposed to be a tuck, it got glued too much. But sometimes you just have to roll with it and adjust. Okay. All right. That one on. We have this one. This one we need this piece to go crossed around there. Put the glue on. Remember, these pockets have super adhesive on their envelopes, so you want to be ready, because if this flops anywhere, it's done. Okay. And we could add maybe a fun little word on that. That would be fun when you lift the flap. Okay, and this, remember, flips out to write on and is a pocket. We need to make some fun little clusters to hold these closed, because I have a lot more of these triangles that I can fold into pockets. I took all the gingham ones and made pockets. And I still have the solid ones. I've made some of the tall tuck pockets, but I have more to go. So So that makes a nice writing area on a page that you can't write on very easily. Okay, there's that one. This one's written on for you, right? Okay, this one. Will it stay on enough if I just put it there? Maybe I'll go down the fold and across the bottom. Oops. Because I want it to be a pocket that's fairly high on the page, or down, down, so I have room on the page. I want that to get all the way in here. Now we have a nice tuck spot for this. And this is just, oops, here, glued right here at the fold area, and this will still flip out. This one needs, I thought I just did one of these, didn't I? Oh, this book has 2 of these. Well, bonus for you, little book. Okay, so let's put a yellow one on here. We've already glued it on, so it's staying. That's what you call a happy little accident. Okay, tear this one off. This little kitty's looking at us upside down. My camera is still in place. So sorry about that flip the other day. I'm researching what upgrades to do. Okay, I could have turned this one the other direction, but I'm just going to go like a second pocket behind this card. Like I said, I can put some of those tall tags, which I'm going to be cutting. So that was 5 to 7.5. Should write that down if I had something to write on. Paper everywhere, but nothing to write on. Well, there's always construction paper. 5 to 7.5 high, and well, this is the size if it's the other one, so maximum of 3, but I think I would say probably 2.5 to 2 3/4 tags. Okay, now if I just don't lose this, I can cut a bunch of those before we come back. Speaking of cutting, I will be cutting this one. How about right now? A little shorter. Yarn fuzzies. All right, what's on this side? Okay, that would be this one. I think it's fun to take just a coffee dyed paper and fold it up like a whole sheet and put in somewhere in the journal too. That gives somebody an extra big thing to write on. So I might try to do that. Or a big piece of stationery, if I have that. Okay, we have this flippy, which is going to need some decor. We have this pocket. Now we have this corner one. Oops. I think the reason I did the gingham too as opposed to the solid is these are thicker. The gingham's was thinner paper, and so therefore they folded nicer. Not that these couldn't fold, but the other ones just folded easier. Even though this is red, there is some kind of dark maroonish and brown stuff in here, so I think it goes. And then depending on what you put in there, like it just says needs tag corners, but I just think this needs to go in there, except it kind of gets lost. But maybe he can just peek out later. Okay, this is the belly band. And in order for it to fit, we can't cut it. It's already close. So I think we're going to have to go over here and try to be skinny. Because that digital, when you cut off the white edges, is smaller. And so it just would not fit there. So this is what we're going to have to try. Hopefully this will work. Pencil back out of the way. Okay, and we have our little black edge strip. That needs to be a little bit smaller. In my sorted out, I have given away a lot of things and collected things together. It's too easy to have too much when you have a lifetime of fun stuff. Do you ever have that problem? You're too blessed with things. So I have to figure out how, when, and where to share with others or to use it up really quickly. Okay, so this one is going to go here. I could tuck it that way. I think I'll just go up though. And then this one's going down. Which that one also could have a big card, now that I think about it. That's a possibility. With life, we all have our chances to make lemonade out of lemons, but sometimes we can make lemon soup or lemon chicken or just lemon water. We have lots of options. Okay, this is really close to that size, but I think we can do it. This is a calendar. I don't know from what year. Sure, it's old though. I have both the gift and sometimes people would say a curse of knowing something to do with most everything. Should pay attention though. We do not want to glue our pocket closed. Anyway, that makes it hard to get rid of things. Because there's always something you can do with them. Okay, tuck that in. Tuck in. There. Now this is just like blue, well, it is blue sky from the other side, but needs something on there. But we'll come up with something. Here's some cute dog and cat looking at the blue sky. Let's just put that on. Looks like fun. Maybe we can just put a bird flying up in the sky or a butterfly and make use of the sky. We still have lots of room to write on this page, plus on whatever we stick in our uptick. There we go. Thought we glued it closed, but no. We have a flip up. These look like spots like the cat. Okay, there we go. Another one is put together. We'll call this one Hungry Cats. I hope you enjoyed this one. Here's a close-up of the cover material and the inside cover. So thank you for joining me for Hungry Cats. This is Peggy from the Pearl Forest, and I hope you have a fun, creative day, most of all, full of love.